Hello, I am Barendipitous, and this is a trailer analysis of the sort of alpha footage of the new Canon Spear Legend that was revealed at BCX. So I have some theories that I have a theory or two that I've shared online already, but I wanted to sort of share them here before any more information comes out. So I have here the video, and we're basically just going to go frame by frame, and I'm going to point out things that I've noticed, sort of certain themes that they kind of tease out in this trailer. So first of all, we start with Ulgrim, and I think this first, and Ulgrim sort of takes out a telescope. I think one thing that's kind of like important to point out is that there's very much a sort of like tinkerer, like a tinkerer or mechanic or inventor kind of vibe going on, right? I don't know exactly what Ulgrim is observing here, but there we go. Yep, we have okay, there we go. It was looking weird on my screen, but I guess yeah. So we have this new legend rushing in with a kind of a walking cannon kind of thing, and boom, this new legend rushes in with some kind of like walking tank, essentially, right? And also another interesting thing is that we have this kind of weird sort of like futuristic pixel kind of effect going on at the transition. That might be something. Okay, so here we have the new legend with a cannon fighting Artemis in Miami Dome, with what I assume to be the neutral sig. It's kind of like basically turning the cannon into a rocket. Right there. That's cool. Here we have that same legend in Fabled City fighting the construction robot skin for Core. So we're basically fighting a mech, and this is the walking tank once again, right? We're in Terminus now, and here the legend is fighting the sort of like mechanized or like specialist soldier Isaiah right here. Is there a signature? Yeah, here we go. The side signature with the walking tank right here in Terminus. Here it's fighting Mecha Ragnir. So yeah, so robots, mechanics, that kind of thing. Definitely a recurring theme throughout all of this. With sort of, and then there's once again the sort of like, I don't know if you'd call it glitchy, but some sort of like some sort of like techie kind of transition. Fighting another robot, Val, right? And this time we have Spear. Now, if all we had was the cannon, I would have assumed some kind of like, very much modern technology kind of thing. Talking about like, like Isaiah and Sentinel come from like the modern day. So I was thinking like 2000s, 2010s, 2020s technology. This Spear though, to me, with the sort of like the gear with the gear idea going on there, I kind of see more steampunk, get more steampunk vibes from it, a little bit steampunk or gear punk kind of a thing. And I think this upcoming signature here, this one, where it kind of becomes like this sort of like rotary, like flying satellite kind of looking thing. That also could be either like modern technology or steampunk. So here, fighting against Scarlet with the tank top, the mechanic Scarlet. Here the Spear is doing some kind of like electric attack right here. This is where they put an attachment on the Spear. This is the really cool thing. This sort of mechanic that we seem to be getting of like, I'm only guessing here. I didn't get a chance to play the alpha version at BCX, but I'm guessing that the Spear downsig is where you put an attachment onto the weapon, either on the Spear, either a flame or an electric one. So here we see I'm assuming a flame attachment right here, and swing, and it's basically a Spear flamethrower kind of thing. And yep, there we go, flamethrower, boom, just like that. Here once again fighting against Mecha Onyx, essentially. Flamethrower again. I'm not sure if any other signatures are necessarily shown here. Okay, fighting against Mecha Nash, right? Let's see. Yeah, another. So the spear has like either fire or electric attacks. So far, yeah, there's, yeah, once again, fighting Vector, another robot, right? In sort of a cityscape. And, oh, okay, here we go. So here's where they put a different attachment on. Looks slightly different. I think it looks slightly different from the, or maybe not. I'm not sure if it looks slightly different from the other. Oh, you took the attachment off and then just kind of became this electric attack kind of a thing. Mecha Asuri, you know, more signatures that we've seen already. Let's see, we're almost done here. And then I'll kind of give a couple of my theories. I like that signature, by the way. That signature is really cool. That spear side signature. So yeah, and then of course the sort of like the final splash of this cannon spear legend. So, and also like that music as well. There's very much like the music that you hear in this is like a very very techy, a little like there's a little touch of like maybe like spy espionage kind of thing. So I have I ultimately have two theories for who this cannon spear legend is. Number one, I think it could be some kind of villain from like the modern times that maybe either Sentinel or Vector or Isaiah or all of them fought against. A good example of this a good existing example of this in the lore could be Mecha Assassin Blackstorm. That was the Mecha Assassin that Vector went back in time into the 1980s or whatever to fight against. So it could be that. That's a possibility. Also, again, I got steampunk vibes from the spear in particular, and so I'm kind of thinking that maybe, quite possibly, this could be like a this could be either Josh von Evilstein or Baron von Evilstein. That's my main theory. So if you don't know, Baron von Evilstein is the arch nemesis of Scarlet. He was the one who he and Scarlet went out into the Andes, out in the Andes to find the lost world of the dinosaurs, and then he betrayed her. And then he tried to take over the world, and he had an air armada, and she used her air armada to fight against Baron von Evilstein, and eventually won after they circumnavigated the globe like twice. And then Josh von Evilstein is a mega rock star supervillain in Sentinel's lore, who was in charge of an evil group called Cabal, and Sentinel went to found Cabal's secret base in a Kamchatkan volcano or somewhere in Kamchatka. So it could be that. However, it just occurred to me that I was looking at the weapons, and I realized that the weapons might be a little bit of a red herring, actually. So if we look at if you really think about it, this cannon, I mean, okay, maybe this cannon is like, I wasn't sure if they were like actually using Isaiah's cannon and like someone else's spear or something. I can't remember if that's what Isaiah's cannon actually looks like, or if that's like a new cannon design we have not seen. I cannot remember which one exactly. Personally, I think it'd be really cool to kind of delve into the sort of steampunk world, the steampunk part of the Brawlhalla universe once again. Baron von Evilstein would be pretty cool, but I think it's going to be more the modern tech versus steampunk, and it's the music and the transitions, the kind of techie transitions that kind of clue me in on that, right? Because I feel like there's a reason why they are using this kind of colorful, kind of glitchy transition, and also I think there's a reason why he's specifically fighting like robots and like futuristic characters and things like that. So I mean, yeah, he is fighting Scarlet. He did fight Ulgrim, but that could just kind of feed into the whole like evil genius inventor vibe more than anything. So that's what I think. And also the music honestly sounds really like kind of like harsh and very like dramatic. All of this here. All right. That like I'm get that kind of sounds a bit more like a villain to me, to be honest. Like maybe some sort of like future tech villain who is kind of like who has like who's like is able to like turn their cannon into a walking tank or like put attachment onto their spear to surprise their enemies or things like that, right? So fingers crossed for a Josh or Baron von Eulstein, but also it could be something else entirely. Um, there was a time when I thought that we were gonna get. I thought that when Thea was being teased, I thought that was gonna be Hypernia. Just the way that her hair and her outfit and her silhouette looked like a Valkyrie to me. I really thought that was going to be Hypernia, but I was wrong. It was Thea, and Thea is still really cool. Very happy to have Thea in the game and the Greek mythology and all that. But I, so I don't want to assume that anything really. But I'm very excited for this legend. I think canon is fun. I also enjoy playing Spear, so I think I'm going to really enjoy playing this legend. And I like the inventor vibe that this character has going on. So there are my thoughts, my takes, I suppose, with the new legend, and we will see what happens in the coming months, whatever teases come by. So thank you very much for watching and listening to my sort of ranting theories, and until next time, all the best.